A smuggler ship streaks by, long and modular, ancient and worn. It is firing behind it as it flees ahead at top speed. After it, a smaller ship pursues it, evading its imprecise laser fire. Within the latter ship are Obi-Wan Kenobi and security officer Dilitha Kim, pursuing what they believe to be an assassin who made an attempt on Palpatine's life. Obi-Wan advises Dilitha to keep directly behind the craft, where they are not vulnerable to their fire. Then they continue to communicate to the ship to cease fire and halt. Then shortly the ship comes to a stop and ceases firing. Obi-Wan then thinks it is about time, wondering if it might be a trap. But they come up over the craft only to find a Republic fleet in front of them. He says it wasn't his persuasive abilities, after all. The ship is drawn to the Republic ship via a tractor beam and is dwarfed by the large Republic ship. Dilitha also lands their craft aboard the same vessel. Obi-Wan exits the pursuit ship, beside the one they had been chasing, and tells them he had been looking for an assassin, giving them a holographic image of the figure they were tracking down. Obi-Wan asks what the fleet of ships is doing there, and they merely tell him that they are there on special maneuvers. They track down everyone on board the craft, and they are brought in for illegal trafficking, but they alert them that there is no sign on board of the one Obi-Wan had been pursuing. Thinking he must have doubled back in the satellite station at Rangoon, they determine they will have to go back and make inquiries. Although there is one among the group being held who is keeping back and out of view. Obi-Wan returns to his ship, and when they enter it, Dilitha tells him there is a transmission coming in. He checks, and it is from Coruscant. The transmission comes through that Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi is to be arrested. Dilitha looks at him, and then notices that outside security men are moving towards the ship. Obi-Wan tells her they can get out before they get there, and then turns, and she is holding her gun on him, telling him that she has no choice but to bring him in. She is about to shackle him, but he asks if she must, and she says it probably wouldn't do any good in any case. They travel back on the Republic cruiser, and then their ship launches. Dilitha brings the ship to rest on a given flight platform on Coruscant, and then brings Obi-Wan down, guarding him with her gun. A couple security officers approach and take Obi-Wan away, as they are asking what this is about. He is led into a room and left there, and there before him is Count Dooku, who tells Obi-Wan that he is not really under arrest, but that they have made a public statement of his detention. The reason for this is that the Jedi Council approached him to communicate to him directly, to avoid any record of their communication. He says that Obi-Wan will be taken away in a security transport to the Jedi Council, but that he can say no more. Obi-Wan asks about Dilitha Kim, and he says that she will continue on their mission without him. Count Dooku apologizes, but says this was the only way. He then calls in the guards and asks them to escort Jedi Kenobi to the ship. Obi-Wan is taken under guard to a security ship, and there sees Dilitha Kim preparing to continue her mission. She looks back, and sees him, looking sorrowful, and Obi-Wan attempts to speak, but she is going aboard her ship. He is led to the security vehicle, and flown to the Jedi Council. Obi-Wan waits outside the chamber doors of the Jedi Council, waiting, and getting increasingly anxious. Then going through the ominous double doors he walks into the Jedi Council room. He walks into the center of them and is asked a few trivial questions, then is told that the Republic have learned of the existence of the central base of the Separatists, and wish to send a small craft there to observe their installations in preparations for a full-scale attack by their army. And to make sure that reports are true, and that this is indeed where the droid factories are located. He is told he can now see why they did not transmit this to him. That they have identified the figure who is acting as leader to the Separatists as a Lord Tyrannus, and it is essential that they identify this man and attempt to find out as much as they can about what precisely they are planning. They also tell him that this plan is terribly dicey, and it is imperative that if he is caught that he not be traced back to the Republic. They hope to bring an end to the ongoing war, but Obi-Wan asks what army, saying the Jedi could hardly stage an attack of this magnitude. But he is told that Senator Palpatine has offered a proposal to the Galactic Senate, and then if this passes it will go on to the full membership for the formation of an army of the Republic. He asks what will happen if the vote doesn't pass, and is told that the attack will go forward in any case with whatever forces they might muster. The Republic might be able to contain the Federation, but it hasn't any potential to liberate the planets already occupied, and it is crucial that a decisive victory be achieved to prevent more planets from going over to the other side. He is told to acquire for his travel an unmarked merchant ship not affiliated with the Republic, then to go to Naboo and wait there until they signal him with additional information, because they must wait to assemble an army if the vote to form an army fails in the full Senate. He asks if he must do it alone, and is told he can take his droid QB with him, but the fewer who are sent the better. Obi-Wan is not sure he is prepared for such a task, but they tell him that he is still unknown among the Jedi, and thus must be the one to go on this mission. They advise him to pick up a ship of his own choosing, but an independent ship that cannot be traced back to them if he is thought to be there for the Republic, and any invasion would be imperiled if they lost the element of surprise. And tell him, "May the Force be with you," and he nods back at them. Obi-Wan goes to a room and changes his appearance, asking QB how he looks, saying he's attempting to look like a vagabond. QB then comments, and he tells him to keep it to himself. Then Obi-Wan goes to board his ship, a shuttlecraft which he will take to Naboo. But once he is aboard, QB speaks to him, and he replies that there's one place they must go first, before heading for Naboo. Obi-Wan's ship then launches, and after he is gone the Jedi asks if they should have told him everything, but they say it is better for his own sake that he not know.